Hello, I have to get ready to go do an event for school, but I really want to film this video and I really want to talk about this, so we're gonna kill two birds with one stone. Even though I don't recommend killing any birds with any stones, those poor things aren't hurting you. So get ready to watch a glorified Get Ready with me. So I've been a party princess for about a year at this point, over a year actually. I work for a children's entertainment company based out of Houston, Texas, and I have gotten to play a lot of princesses and just characters in general. I have played 11 different characters. It's actually soon to be 12 because I'm gonna be Peter Pan very soon, and I'm so excited to be Peter Pan. One of my really good friends is gonna be my Tinkerbell, so it's gonna be awesome. But I mean, when I say I've played a bunch of different characters, I mean, I have been Hermione Granger to Elsa to Gamora. But everyone who does this does always have a favorite. And my favorite princess to be happens to be Rapunzel, which is actually kind of funny because Rapunzel is not my favorite Disney princess. She's a great Disney princess and I like her a lot. I love Tangled. But I'm pretty open about the fact that my favorite Disney princess is Cinderella. However, I actually enjoy the experience of being Rapunzel far more than the experience of being Cinderella. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why that is, because I can definitely identify the reasons that I like being Rapunzel more than any other princess. So first of all, I think that we all know that Rapunzel is not your average princess. She is the most non-princessy princess. She's essentially a glorified child. She's very youthful, she's very energetic, she's very fun. She's still got the princess status and look and feel without having to have all the regalness and poise that you would see from characters like Elsa or maybe Cinderella or even Belle, Ariel, those characters. And because of that, you can do things as Rapunzel that you can't do as some of the other Disney princesses. For example, yesterday at the time of filming this video, I went and did a story time as Rapunzel, and usually after the story we have time to do other things because it's an hour booking and the story takes maybe 30 minutes max. And so I decided to get a bubble wand and run around and challenge the kids to catch as many bubbles as humanly possible. My attendant at the time took a video, and if I can find it, I'll insert it somewhere here. I was able to get on the ground, and I wasn't able to roll around because of the wig, but I was able to get on the ground with the kids, which a lot of princesses, I mean, you can do, but you can't play the way that you can as Rapunzel. Also, we do a lot of sing-alongs with the kids, especially at birthday parties, and the Tangled music and soundtrack is peak Disney princess music. I love singing those songs with the kids. They always have fun. I always have fun. Even at birthday parties that aren't Rapunzel themed, a lot of the times the kids will still request to sing songs like When Will My Life Begin and I See the Light. Also, the Tangled story is probably my favorite to tell, literally only rivaled by the Mario story. And that's just because the Mario story is crazy interactive and the interactions of the Mario story are super, super fun. But Rapunzel tells stories a little bit differently because of how animated she is and because of how childlike she is. I get to be a lot more animated, I get to be a lot more sassy and sarcastic. There's a lot more personality that I get to show there and a lot more fun I get to have with the kids. At one point, I talk about how Mother Gothel had told me that men had pointy teeth and that Flynn didn't have pointy teeth. And so I asked all the boys and all the dads to show me their teeth to make sure that they weren't pointy. I couldn't have done that as any other princess. And that's not to say that the other princesses don't have personalities. I hate when people say that. It's just a bit of a different personality, you know? Now, these next 2 points are a lot more about the costume than anything else, but Rapunzel's costume is the most comfortable to wear. It is essentially a satin dress. I know it's long sleeved, but the mesh sleeves are very breathable. I don't have to wear a petticoat underneath it, which makes it super breathable underneath. You don't have to wear heels. You actually are wearing flats as Rapunzel because Rapunzel's technically supposed to be barefoot, but they can't send us out barefoot, so they send us out in flats. They're nude or a light pink. Mine are a sparkly gold kind of thing. They're a bit faded, they're old flats, but like they look nice, which makes it a lot easier to move and to interact with the kids. You also don't get as tired and you can afford to have as much energy because you're not getting super sweaty and hot because we're in Texas. Now, the wig is far less comfortable. I mean, it's long, it's huge, it's heavy. You have to hold the braid essentially the entire time you're wearing it, but it is so beautiful, and like once you figure out how to wear the braid in a way that works for you, it really isn't that bad. And again, it is just the most beautiful wig that we have, probably rivaled only by Aurora's, and that's because Aurora gets the most beautiful tiara that I've ever seen. But her costume overall, including the wig, is pretty comfortable, and it's really flattering and beautiful on most different skin tones and body types that we like have working for us. I mean, we even have like, I think it's 3 different shades of the Rapunzel wig just to match skin tones. I dropped my mascara. I've actually worn 2 different shades of the Rapunzel wig. I have worn the medium shade, and then yesterday I wore the super light shade because I'm a natural blonde and both shades work with my skin tone. I don't know if there's one that works better. I think they both look fine. I'll insert pictures here so you can look at them. And then the darkest one is honestly the one that we like only use for corporate events because it's like super nicely styled and it takes forever to style. That one like stays on the top of a shelf and never really goes out. And then we have what we call the outdoor Rapunzel wig, which is if Rapunzel is going to be outside for a very long time. That one is just lighter, less maintenance, easier to restyle. But now that I've told you way too much about wigs, I'm going to talk about the final reason that I think that Rapunzel is my favorite, and that is because Rapunzel is the princess most similar to me as a person. She's very bubbly, she's very energetic, she has a lot of childlike qualities, while also being very brave, very mature, and very independent. I definitely looked up to her a lot when the movie came out because I was the prime age when Tangled came out. And even though Cinderella has stayed my favorite princess, I definitely think that I am a lot more similar to Rapunzel as a person, and that's a lot of what makes her more enjoyable for me to be, and what makes being her a lot easier and makes me really good at being Rapunzel. Like, at the event yesterday, a whole bunch of people were coming up to my attendant and were saying that they wanted business cards because they wanted to book the characters for parties, and commented that I was doing a really good job. Which always makes me feel good because it's always nice to know that I am good at what I'm doing and that I'm truly doing something that is making these kids happy. At the end of the day, I judge a lot of what I'm doing on how happy the kids look, but I'm never going to complain when parents want to compliment me. So that was all for my little ramble. I hope you found it somewhat interesting. And if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about in my endeavors of being a party princess, let me know. I've learned a lot about being a character performer, especially when you're working at parties and stuff, about makeup, managing, wearing uncomfortable costumes, and really getting into a character. So if you ever want to know about any of that, just let me know. All right, now I'm going to change clothes and go to my event at school. Stay safe, stay smart, work hard. Bye.